If you know who you are and where you come from, nothing and no one can take your power. These Blackffirmations are powerful declarations of your divinity, rooted in your ancestral wisdom. They are designed to realign your mind, body, and spirit with the sacred forces of nature that live within you and around you. In a world that often tries to disconnect us from our roots and our light, these Blackffirmations are medicine. They remind us of who we are. They help us remember why we came here. They keep our ancestors' voices alive through our own. Repeat them daily. Speak them with conviction. Let them reprogram your reality and restore your royalty. Let's begin. I am the living temple of Neteru. Divine power flows through me with purpose. I walk in Ma'at. Balance, truth, and justice are my cultural values. I awaken the Sekem within me, the sacred energy of divine creation. I carry the light of Ra in every action, radiating strength and vitality. I embody the fierce protection of Sekhmet and the healing fire of transformation. I speak with the wisdom of Jehuti. My words are spells of elevation. I channel the intuition of Aset and the divine feminine that births worlds. I rise each day with the discipline of Nṭrū, victorious, focused, and fearless. I honor the creative power of Ptah as I manifest sacred visions into reality. I am the vessel of divine love and compassion, guided by Nṭrū. I make offerings to the Nṭrū with gratitude, for they are the forces of nature that exist within me. I remember the names of my ancestral deities and speak them into eternity. I walk the Kemetic path with reverence, restoring ancient memory in a modern world. I honor the cycles of nature and cosmic law as expressions of divine order. The ancestral Nṭrū live through me as I embody their sacred attributes. I am a divine child of Asar. I rise, I regenerate, and I reign in righteousness. I listen deeply to the guidance of the divine counsel within my spirit. I keep the shrines of the ancestors and deities alive through my devotion and deeds. I am the dream fulfilled of my ancestors. I walk in their strength and wisdom. I light the flame of remembrance and keep their legacy sacred. I call upon my Aku to guide me on my divine mission. I release all ancestral burdens and carry forth only their power. I live in a way that brings honor to those who came before me. I know that the blood of royalty, healers, warriors, and priests flows in my veins. I am the bridge between the seen and unseen. My life is an offering to the ancestors and the Nṭrū. I am one with the Neteru. My breath is sacred. My being is holy. I radiate divine consciousness in every thought and deed. I walk in harmony with Ma'at, honoring truth in all I do. I ground myself in the strength of Geb and stand firm in my purpose. I ascend in wisdom, with Nūt's celestial embrace guiding my path. I align with the divine masculine and feminine within me. I harness the divine intelligence of Jehuti in every word I speak. I am illuminated by the eye of Ra. No darkness can overshadow my light. I awaken divine memory encoded in my DNA. I am aligned with the cycles of the sun, moon, and stars. I carry the scepter of divine authority with humility. I create with intention, for I am a sacred architect like Ptah. I receive divine visions and manifest them in alignment with Ma'at. I embody the fierceness of Sekhmet and the grace of Nṭrū. I speak only words that uplift, empower, and transform. I serve the divine plan with joy and devotion. I honor the spirit that lives within all things. I purify my heart and make it light like the feather of Ma'at. I am in divine alignment with the Nṭrū each time I choose peace. My body is a sacred vessel of ancestral power and divine energy. I listen for divine instruction in silence and stillness. I trust the divine rhythm of my life. I walk the earth as a priestess of divine light. My aura is charged with divine protection and Sekhem energy. I surrender to divine will and flow with spiritual purpose. I stand in royal dignity as a child of the Nṭrū. I nourish myself with divine knowledge and sacred food. I am a radiant beam of divine truth and cosmic order. I give reverence to all life, for all life is sacred. I awaken the Nṭrū and act from higher consciousness. I pour libations with love to the divine forces that helped shape the universe. I greet each dawn as a holy act in honor of Ra. I offer my work, my words, and my wins to the Nṭrū. I protect the sacred teachings of the ancestors. I create sacred space for the Nṭrū to dwell in my home and my heart. I honor each Nṭrū with song, incense, prayer, and presence. I recognize the Nṭrū as living forces in the cosmos and within me. I walk in humility before the greatness of the divine. I give thanks to Asar for resurrection and eternal life. I sit at the feet of Aset and listen to her ancient knowing. I celebrate the triumph of Nṭrū within myself daily. I am guided by the sacred teachings encoded in Kemetic temple walls and stars. I honor the balance of masculine and feminine through all expressions of Neteru. I call on the Nṭrū for guidance, and I receive it with clarity. I attune my life to the principles of cosmic order. I walk a royal path. My purpose is divinely decreed. I learn, I remember, and I resurrect ancient truths. I build my life as a sacred temple to the divine ones. I give reverence to the divine counsel that governs the universe. I open my heart to the wisdom of the divine ancestors. I trust in the protection and presence of the Nṭrū around me. I revere the divine through every act of love, justice, and truth. I align my intentions with the divine mind of the Creator. I honor divine law, not just in ritual, but in lifestyle. I am a priestess of the ancient path. My steps are sacred. My breath is an offering to the Nṭrū. The names of the elevated ones live in my spirit and empower my journey. I honor the Nṭrū with every sacred act I perform. I am rooted in a lineage of greatness and resilience. I carry the prayers of those who came before me. I remember my ancestors not in mourning, but in power. I listen to the whispers of my ancestors and walk accordingly. My life is a sacred tribute to the ancestral love and sacrifice. I honor the known and unknown. All ancestors are a part of me. I wear my lineage with pride and humility. I heal generational pain and transform it into legacy. I call upon my ancestors for protection and guidance. My altar is alive with light, offerings, and devotion. I walk in the prayers my grandmothers whispered into the wind. I speak the names of my ancestors so they are never forgotten. I am their joy, their voice, their rebirth. I break every curse with the power of ancestral strength. I trust the wisdom passed through my blood and bones. I call forth only elevated ancestors who walk in truth and light. I offer gratitude for every ancestor who made my existence possible. I walk through doors they cracked open with courage. I am their wildest dreams realized. I preserve the stories so future generations will remember. I call on the healers, warriors, and oracles in my line. I hold sacred the family traditions that uplift the soul. I offer music, food, prayer, and joy to honor them. I see the divine in my ancestry and celebrate it daily. I am always surrounded by my ancestral light and wisdom. My dreams carry their messages. I am open to receive. My bloodline is royal, sacred, and divine. I cleanse my lineage with every sacred choice I make. I give thanks to the land, culture, and spirit they pass down. I live my life in a way that multiplies their favor forward. I rise with purpose, knowing my life is a divine assignment. I welcome each sunrise as a new opportunity to serve the sacred. I speak, move, and create in divine alignment. Every task I complete today is a sacred offering to the Neteru. I flow with divine timing. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is forced. My words are spells. I speak with intention and clarity. My actions reflect divine order and inner peace. I set sacred boundaries that honor my energy and divinity. I choose my peace over drama, my purpose over distraction. I bring light wherever I go. My energy is sacred. I guard it with wisdom. Every moment is an opportunity to return to Ma'at. I wear my spiritual practices like a crown. I see the divine in myself and in those around me. I embody grace under pressure and compassion in conflict. I walk as royalty. My presence is powerful and intentional. I choose rest. I choose nourishment. And I choose joy as divine birthrights. I remain grounded in my truth regardless of external noise. I create sacred rituals out of everyday living. I nourish my spirit with music, prayer, and sunlight. I honor the stories that shaped me and rewrite the ones that no longer serve me. I am the sacred bridge between the past and the future. I release pain inherited from generations and reclaim joy. I restore what was taken from my bloodline with love and power. I offer healing to my lineage through my own transformation. I cleanse my family line with every prayer, every bath, and every anointing. I forgive with strength and love with wisdom. I inherit more than wounds. I inherit power. I hold space for my ancestors to heal through me. I walk gently but fiercely in the name of those before me. I release shame, guilt, and silence. My truth liberates my lineage. I claim joy, wealth, and rest as ancestral reparations. I create altars of remembrance and altars of celebration. My healing ripples backward and forward through time. I am a living archive of ancestral genius. I carry ancestral medicine in my body and voice. I speak life into the lineage I came from. I honor my elders, whether living or transitioned. I thank those who prayed for me before I arrived. I will become the ancestor I needed when I was young. I am disciplined in my devotion and strategic in my silence. I protect my spiritual power with love and awareness. I trust my inner knowing above all else. I embody divine royalty in word, walk, and will. I call back my power from all timelines and dimensions. I sit on the throne of my life with clarity and courage. My intuition is sharp, clear, and trusted. I know when to speak, when to move, and when to listen. I claim mastery over my emotions without denying their truth. I am not afraid of my own power. I walk in it daily. I am the high priest of my own temple. I am divinely protected and spiritually fortified. I release fear and rise in the light of divine confidence. I am in control of my thoughts, and they serve my highest self. I hold my center no matter the storm. I let nothing unworthy dwell in my spirit. I am anointed, appointed, and supported by the divine. I am grounded like Geb, yet expansive like the stars. I fear no weapon, no energy, no spirit that is not of the light. I rebuke all that does not serve my elevation. I am a channel for divine abundance and prosperity. I create beauty, magic, and medicine with my gifts. I attract opportunities that align with my soul's mission. I offer my creativity to the world as a sacred service. I am richly anointed, abundantly supported, and divinely supplied. I am worthy of luxury, rest, and joy in this lifetime. Money flows to me easily and is used with spiritual integrity. I serve the world from the overflow of my spiritual well. My success honors the ancestors and inspires the next generation. I co-create with Neteru every time I build with intention. My business, my art, and my voice are divine extensions of me. I receive favor in unexpected, miraculous ways. I give generously and receive openly. I call forth wealth that is aligned with my purpose and peace. I attract only soul-aligned clients, friends, and partners. I honor my sacred yes and my powerful no. I birth new realities through divine imagination. I rise every day to serve in love, not lack. My spiritual gifts make room for me in the world. I trust that I am always resourced, always ready, always enough. I live a life my descendants will sing about. I create legacy with every choice I make. I give future generations tools, not trauma. I speak truth even when my voice shakes. I build temples of healing in my home, in my heart, and in my community. I leave wisdom in my wake. I remember my purpose daily and walk it boldly. I serve the collective without abandoning myself. I am planting seeds of joy, justice, and genius. I live not just to survive, but to thrive and uplift. I walk with dignity, grace, and divine vision. My legacy will not be one of pain, but of power. I am a future elevated ancestor in training. I walk as such. My life is a sacred map for those yet unborn. I honor earth, spirit, and lineage with every step I take. I live fully so that death will have no regrets to steal. I am a divine vessel, a sacred guide. I write new stories into the ancestral scrolls. I keep the culture alive with every breath. I will be remembered for my light. I find the Nţrū in the silence between my thoughts. I commune with the divine in breath, nature, and song. I trust the mystery. All will be revealed in divine timing. I dance, cry, chant, and fast as devotion to the Neteru. My relationship with Spirit is intimate and unshakable. I receive visions, dreams, and divine downloads with clarity. I dwell in the presence of my ancestors and Nţrū daily. I let the sacred lead every aspect of my life. I am never alone. I am divinely supported. I bow before the altar of life in full gratitude.